anything in my teeth, do I?
Uh-uh.
All right. Welcome to Dirt Masters, the Global Operator Challenge podcast. I'm with my friend Jason Hurdis. And Jason, we're surrounded by a little bit different dirt for today's episode.
Yeah, it looks a little bit different than our other episodes because we're coming to you from Clayton, North Carolina, the Edward J. Rapp Customer and Training Center, where we just hosted the Global Operator Challenge for North America.
It was a fun challenge to watch. I think even more exciting is to watch how unbelievably skilled the operators are. These are the best of the best that were here, and we're going to get to see really the world's best in a couple months from now.
Yeah, we definitely saw an improvement in the operators this time over previous years. I think, the dealers having more experience in the Global Operator Challenge and how they built their challenges. They obviously increased the difficulty of theirs, which, made their best operator at their competition rise to the top to come here and compete with us. I mean, as you know, Jeff, we've changed the challenges. We've really had to ratchet up our game. Again, we didn't want to do the same thing we did in 19 or in 22, so it's completely different. At the same time, as we've talked about, remaining true to what we're after is having an operator perform a task, move an object, use a machine, use the technology on the machine to enhance their performance and also improve their productivity.
What was really exciting to me was watching them do this on our Centennial gray machines. They loved that opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. All of the machines that we used in the challenge and a lot of our support machines are painted the Centennial gray. We've talked about Caterpillar's 100th anniversary. We have gray machines out and about, so they all got to perform on the gray machine platforms.
And we had a lot of winners throughout the day too. It wasn't just the grand prize winner, who we're going to get to here in just a minute, who is heading off to Las Vegas, but we had individual competition and challenge winners.
Yep.
And the challenge winner, I think that really stood out because something happened there that I don't think anybody was expecting to see.
I know what you're going to say. Yeah.
Yeah, it was on city streets, and we talked a little bit about the manhole part of that, and talk us through what happened there.
Yeah, we had an operator. Obviously, you have to take the bucket and you have to lift up a manhole cover off of the ground, move it over in place on the riser. And we talked about, we thought that was going to be kind of a sticking point. And we had an operator that walked up and looked at the problem and thought, I know how to solve this problem. And he tapped on the side of that manhole cover like a coin flip, and it flipped right into his bucket, and he moved over and placed it. And everybody was like, never thought of that one. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, it just kind of came to me. You gave me the problem. I figured out, I'm going to solve it like that. And he ended up winning that particular challenge with that slick little move.
Yeah. And, you saw just the operators doing things just a little bit differently in each of the challenges, right? Every one of them was using their talents and their skills to complete the challenge as they saw best fit. And so we had another challenge was the load and loader. That's always a fun challenge to watch because there's a lot of obstacles. There's a lot that you need to take in there. What was something that you took away from that winner?
Well, I think a couple operators owe us some pieces of pipe. I mean, the bells of the concrete pipe got wrapped pretty good of them trying to transport them around and set them down nicely, but still at speed. But yeah, that is an extremely tight course. The crew did a great job on that one. It's always fun and exciting to watch the wheel loader. It's fast, it's dynamic, it's different work tools. There's all kinds of neat things going on in that particular challenge.
That's a fun one to watch. And then obviously seeing our, most historic probably product, right? The dozer. That's where Caterpillar started 100 years ago. And seeing it in that Centennial gray and the Centennial push, that was a fun challenge to watch, and the winner there.
Yeah, that was a unique one. You had to have precise blade control. We had them slide that small tire through barrels that were actually narrower than the blade, so they had to move the blade, pitch the blade without losing the tire. And then we did the rabbit again, which is kind of a Caterpillar trademark at the GOC, where you got to push a piece of PVC pipe. And then to end that, you had to go up on a grade, hold that tractor, and touch two objects. And then you had to come down and you had to push a pile to grade. So we used the grade technology. We used all the ease of use features on that particular machine and the operator skills and talents to be fast, precise, but you had to have ultimate control of that particular piece of equipment.
And getting to talk with the operators, probably the one that they kept kind of raving about was our new CTL that they got to get in the seat of. Obviously, our smallest machine as part of the competition, but it was it provided quite a challenge for some of the operators.
Yeah, we set that one up to kind of be more relaxing for their brains, give them a little bit of a breather, and it actually proved out to be a little bit more of a stressor than what we thought. It was tough to balance the machine, the power of the machine, and the hydraulic controls to make it through the C channels. And they had to load a truck that was extremely high, limited visibility on the edge of the truck, pick up a couple objects and place them at different heights on the stage that we had, and then finish up. So we kind of thought, well, this will be kind of a fun one for everybody, and we stressed out a lot of guys on the CTL challenge.
And the great thing about the Global Operator Challenge and these regional finals is you've got to be good across all four.
Yeah.
It's not just one machine. We have our first 2 finalists that are heading off to Las Vegas to compete on the first day of CONEXPO in March 2026.
Yeah.
And we're going to introduce you to our first winner from the East region who had the best overall time and lowest score. And let's hear from him because we've heard from Jason on what he thought about the challenge. Let's hear from our winner who's heading off to Las Vegas.
If you made it here, you're good. So I knew there was going to be some talented operators here today. I was not expecting to win at all today. It was all surprises. They were very tight-lipped about all the challenges. No one found anything out beforehand. It was show up and you figure out what you're doing as you're doing it. They were difficult, that's for sure. My father owns our business, and I've been in the seat since before I could walk. There's baby photos of me on his lap, and so I've just always grown up in it. I've always been in a piece of equipment. I appreciate Caterpillar's just their loyalty to their customers. It's just bringing recognition to the operators.
Brian Hayes.
The people I've met today and stuff like that, all good sportsmanship and cheering each other on and stuff like that. It's been a great time. The first place trophy, it's massive. I don't know how I'm gonna get it home, but it's a symbol of everything I've worked towards and, me growing up and all the practice and just everything I've done.
That was a lot of fun listening to Brian, our first winner here and the first finalist, I should say, that's heading off to Las Vegas. And it's really interesting just to hear the operators after going through this day. This was not a normal work day for them, but it stressed them out in many ways.
It did, and as you heard Brian talk about, there was some things that he thought he messed up on and some things that he thought he did really good on. So, that's all part of it. And that's why we don't do just one challenge.
Exactly.
You can have an off moment. You can have your brain could go to sleep on something that you do all the time. So that's the reason we do 4, is we give them a different chance to go on different platforms, different technologies, and again, to try to play to their strengths, because not every operator in the marketplace gets to run 4 pieces of equipment every day.
Yeah.
They may be in a wheel loader for 6 months. They may be on the dozer for their whole life, so, but yet we want them to fall back on the skills and talents that they've developed as an operator, and again, use their brains to solve the problem, even if they have to improvise, adapt, and overcome a little bit. So, and Brian obviously did all of that, being the grand champion from the East.
It's better than 1 is 2. And we've got to crown 2 finalists that are heading off to Las Vegas. Let's hear from our West Region winner.
Favorite challenge was the loader. Definitely the hardest. The loader required so much skill, precision, tight technical course. Definitely wasn't what I was expecting. No, I wasn't planning for this. It's totally unexpected. Oh, I'm so excited. I've been talking about going to this con show for probably 2 years now. I wanted to go down just as a spectator and watch. So now I get to go and compete. That is just amazing. So I haven't done this full-time for multiple years. I'm supervisor. I've run equipment, here and there. Superintendent phoned me and there was an extra spot where I was doing the dealership test. And he's like, oh, you got to come in here and try. And I'm like, okay, why not? And here we are. I am beyond excited at what we've accomplished here. This sportsmanship has been unreal. What you guys have thrown together has been amazing. Awesome day. Amazing experience.
Well, our set's gotten a little fuller. We're joined by Michael Bastian. Michael oversees this wonderful facility here in Clayton, North Carolina that just finished hosting the North America Regionals of the Global Operator Challenge. Michael, first, congratulations, man.
Nice
This was
job.
an
Thank
awesome facility, place to host this event. The operators were raving about it. Just give us a little bit of background about this facility first.
So this is a great facility. It's a little different than most visitor centers or our DLCs. We're a customer and training center. So we host customer groups. We do dealer training here as well. And we're kind of a hybrid mixture because we have a factory right across the parking lot where we build our small wheel loaders for North America. We have the engineering design facility across the street. So what we give our customers and our visitors here is the true dirt iron customer experience. We show them how they're designed, how they're built. We get them with the product experts, and then we're out in the dirt running.
And what's cool is the way you see this facility today looks a lot different depending on what you're hosting out here. Give us a little bit of background on what it took to host the Global Operator Challenge North America Finals.
Absolutely. So we've been working about 2 weeks to get things prepared. Our demo operator and our demo team out here, they were working on fields, and Jason was here helping us with that. We've got a couple hours into it before the event even kicks off.
And the operators appreciate that. They can tell that this is a top-notch facility and a world-class facility to host a competition like this.
I mean, Mike and his crew obviously have the utmost pride in their facility and what they do here. And when we come into town, we have to have that same pride in them, their facility, and what we're bringing to their facility with the Global Operator Challenge.
Michael, give us a little bit of perspective of how much dirt is moved. What does it take to, I mean, you gave us a little bit, but what's it take really to put on an event like this?
We probably moved a quarter of North Carolina to get ready for this event. So
Maybe a little bit less.
yeah, okay. A 16th maybe, right? You know.
Well, we've got a little dirt around us too, so that had to come from somewhere.
We do. We had to build some berms out there and take away from berms, and up in the attachments area where the track 5 tractors are at.
Yeah.
We're doing that event up there. We had to build a berm and take dirt out and move down here. So we probably moved about, 60, 65 loads out of our 725 articulated dump truck and moved it around last week. So a little bit of dirt.
The thing I love, Jeff, is Mike and his team are involved in the planning portion of all this, and you never hear the word no.
Yeah.
You know, hey, we're thinking about doing this. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
You know, we're thinking about doing this. We need a big berm. We need this moved, Mike. We need this changed. Yep, sure. We got it. You never hear the word no out of the Clayton Customer Center.
And that's when I'm just going to throw in and like for my
Absolutely.
team, they are just unbelievable, the stuff that they make happen. What we don't think can happen, hanging up signs and in a boom lift 4 or 5 times to make sure it's just the way Sarah wants it set up. I mean, that's what we want to do. We're people pleasers. So
It's the attention to detail, right?
It is.
That you just take for granted. But I think that represents the Cat brand. And that's what the people expect when they come in contact with Caterpillar and Cat is what you see on display. And these operators got to see it here this week and experience the full Cat immersion from machines to the people. And it's really the people who've sustained us for 100 years.
Yeah, they truly make a difference. Hey, I just climbed into the cab of a next-gen compact track loader, closed the door. I want to show you a couple cool new features on our next-gen CTLs. First, look up here on the monitor. This one is equipped with an IMU. So with that IMU, it gives you the pitch and the roll of that main tractor. So you can see right now I'm sitting at 0.2 degrees level and I'm offset 0.3 degrees. Down here, if you have a smart attachment, it also gives you the angle and what's going on with that smart attachment right here in the monitor, and it never disappears. So again, if you're doing grade work or slope work, these top 2 numbers, when you equip the machine with the IMU, are going to be a time saver for you as an operator. I want to show you one more thing. On the next gen CTLs, this is the coupler button. So if you want to take an attachment off, put a new attachment on, you press this button once, that releases the coupler and opens the tool so you can change the tool. When you go to recouple, you press and hold, and that will reattach it. So it's a little bit different sequence than what you've seen in the past. We used to have a switch up here, Now it's a soft key, and that's how you change your work tool.
You know, Michael, another piece to this property is not just dirt. You got the technology center next door, and that's an exciting place to take some folks in, isn't it?
Yeah, the technology showroom is fantastic. We've got our CAT command stations. We've got the simulators in there. We talk about the 3D grade system, and we've got it on our tractors to get them out in the iron and run through with it. We have Vision Link in there, and we teach them how to track their machines and service. So there's a lot of things that we can do in there technology-wise. Payload, which is being used in one of the challenges, right?
Yeah.
So it's just great to be able to show it to them inside and then get them out in it and using that technology.
A full customer solution on display here in Clayton, and I get to try my hand in that technology center here, don't I?
Yes, you do, and I can't wait to see how you do on it.
Thanks, Michael. Back in the seat of a backhoe. Hey, this is where I nailed my second toss with the cornhole.
You're right. Nice job, Jeffrey. Nice job.
Thanks, Jay. Appreciate the support.
And I'm with Nick. Nick, what am I doing here?
Well, nice to meet you, Jeff. I think we maybe should have started with this simulator. What do you think?
Yeah. This is way more comfortable.
We're going to learn a lot today.
I'm not going to destroy anything permanently here.
Absolutely. Pressure's totally off. We're just here to learn, have a little bit of a challenge. I'm part of the Equipment Training Solutions team. This is one of the simulators that is part of our training package. So from free videos, simulators, e-learning, instructor-led materials, we've got all kinds of solutions for operators to learn how to operate equipment better. So great opportunity for you. So today we're on a backhoe loader simulator. So this is built off the 420 XE. As
Very
you can
nice
see,
machine.
it is. It's very powerful.
Great for playing bags.
Exactly. We're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to pick up some pipe off the back of this flatbed truck here. So as you can see, kind of in this setup here, you're positioned at the back of the truck. We've built this custom challenge for the Global Operator Challenge piece. This is not the full training simulator, but we're going to go ahead and work together, and we're going to pick this pipe up and set it down on the ground.
Fantastic. You know, I've been watching the expert operators here at the North America Regional Finals, and this has, motivated me to try to do the kind of work they're doing. I'm going to move off from grilling, cutting cake, playing bags to actually doing real work. That's right. Building a better world for folks. Let's see if I do that. I don't want to have any, missteps here. But if I do, it's great because I'm on, in a simulator.
Exactly. Totally safe environment.
All right, let's go.
Let's give it a try. All right, so we're all set. Let's honk our horn, which is the button here on your left control. First, it's going to make sure all our controls are set. We're good to go, so let's honk again. So now remember, we're parked right up next to this truck, so we don't want to hit that.
Exactly.
Let's start with our stabilizers here. We're going to push both of those forward, and you're going to feel the seat move.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is on motion base here, so it does have that realistic movement and feel.
Absolutely.
All right, so first we're going to pull both of our sticks back to move it away from the truck a little bit. There you go, that's good. And you can see here we have a little bit of a guide, a wireframe of where we need to put our bucket to pick that up. All right, so let's swing to the left a little bit. Perfect. You've done this before.
Yeah, a little. I'm okay there.
Yeah, no bags here. All the pressure's off.
No bags and no hamburgers on grills.
That's right. All right, so we're going to start by sticking out, which is your left stick forward. And we're going to start reaching out towards that wireframe guide there. And as you get fully extended, you're going to notice you're going to go up, so you're going to have to boom down too, and you're going to kind of alternate between those of stick out and boom down to try to get it in that position. So a little more stick forward. See how it's going too high now? So there you go. Keep sticking out and just adjusting that boom forward to keep you at the right height. Right stick down. There you go. Oops. Left stick forward and right stick forward. Just kind of alternate between those two. And that should get you almost all the way there. As you get close, it's going to start turning orange and then green.
Yep.
So we're all the way extended right now. We're not far enough. There's an E stick, an extended stick here, and that's your thumb wheel on your right side. So push that forward, and you'll see now that stick is reaching out even further, okay?
Yeah, it's nice.
So now we're turning yellow. We're getting close. So let's boom down a little bit, right stick forward until it turns green. And you might need to swing a little bit to your right. There you go. So now it gave us the beep. We're green. Go ahead and honk your horn, and it's going to attach that cable for you.
Like this.
Yeah. So now you got to pull up by right stick back. That's going to kind of lift that boom up. All right. So now that pipe is suspended. Well done. Didn't break anything.
Yes.
You know? All right. So now as you swing to your left with your left control, you're going to see a little target showing up down here. Same kind of thing where we had to position the bucket. Now you got to position that pipe there. And if it helps, we can kind of lean a little bit
There we
to
go,
give you a better view. Nicely done. And you feeling that shake a little bit as the weight of that pipe is moving?
Ooh, I like it. Right here, buddy.
There you go. Might need to go a little bit to your right. So maybe lift up a little bit with your right stick, pull it back, just to hover it a little bit, and then there you go. Honk your horn and you drop it in place. Well done.
Fantastic.
Nice job,
Nothing
Jeff.
destroyed. We've got pipe ready to go here.
That's right.
On
No
a city
cake.
street. I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to being just a little bit above a novice operator. What do you think?
I think so too. I think Jason Hurdis is going to be really impressed with you.
Hey, 4 times. We should have started here, though.
I
This is a
agree.
great way for a novice operator to get, comfortable in the seat of a cab. And you are really operating at, I remember the Backhoe, right? And this is
Absolutely.
the same feel, the same vibrations, everything that you would feel just in the nice comfort of air conditioning, along with the comfort of knowing that, hey, if you mess up, you can try again.
Absolutely right. Safe, efficient, real controls. So it's a great experience. Next time you got to shoot with Jason, let's touch base first. I'll get you warmed up.
Hey, appreciate it. Appreciate
Jeff.
all you do to help our customers because this is
Absolutely.
helping solve our challenges out there, right?
Absolutely.
We need more construction equipment operators, and this is a great way to get them started. Jason, we are gearing up for the next step and the final round of the Global Operator
happening.
Challenge. We are going to have the 9 best operators from across the world descending on Las Vegas. They will be competing on the first day of CONEXPO in March 2026. You won't want to miss it. It is a scene like
It's unbelievable.
unbelievable. It's something that you just can't imagine the stage that they're on and the crowds that it draws, because this will be our 3rd time that we've done it.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be our 3rd time. All the operators ask, well, what machines? What can I do? How do I prepare? And again, they're going to go across different machine platforms. They're going to get different technologies. The layouts are going to be bigger, better, and tighter. And I think most, from talking to previous winners and the previous 2 times that we did this, I think the things that they say the most is the nerves.
Yeah.
You
heard it. You heard it all this week as well.
Yeah, there was numerous people nervous this week.
Yeah.
But you get on that global stage and that stadium is packed. Everybody's watching you. There's online viewers.
Yeah.
It'll rattle some nerves. So I'd steel up my nerves a little bit is my best recommendation.
And if you can't be at a CONEXPO, we'll be bringing it to you live.
Yeah.
And that's what's exciting, right? It is the can't miss exhibit, I think, at CONEXPO. And it kicks off the first day. Everybody is just super excited to see the world's best operators competing. They're all there to
Absolutely.
see heavy equipment, and they love to see operators moving dirt on that heavy equipment.
Yeah, and everybody's sitting there thinking, I could do that, I could do that, until you get in the seat and feel the pressure and feel the
Yes.
nerves. It's a different game when that cab door closes and it's time to go.
March 2026, we'll see you there.
This bad boy's going in my garage.